Welcome to this special edition of What Did I Miss, where today I will be dissecting the brand new trailer for the Batman movie that was released yesterday at DC Fandom. Before we get into it, if you love Batman, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you stick around until the end, because I will have a special announcement that has to do with the Batman movie release and involves a special giveaway. This trailer gives us our first look at Robert Pattinson as the Dark Knight, and in my opinion, it was worth the wait. This Matt Reeves directed film looks to be a new version of the character while still incorporating aspects of the character's beloved past. But how much of the movie did the trailer give away? And did it give away details that might let us know where a sequel is headed to? I went over the trailer frame by frame, and I believe I have a good idea of what this movie will be about, what Batman stories it is taking notes from, and where this franchise is headed. Fire up that bat signal. This is What Did I Miss?
That's more your specialty.
Alright, first let's look at this trailer and enter the new Gotham City. The song that's playing is Something in the Way by Nirvana, which I'm sure is a clue in and of itself to something. The trailer starts with Paul Dano as the Riddler taping up a victim in a chair. We see that this man has the words "No More Lies" scrawled across his face. We then see Jeffrey Wright as the new Jim Gordon. I do not think he is commissioner yet at this point, and I believe the commissioner is actually played by an actor named Alex Ferns, who we see a bit later in the trailer. Gordon is talking to Batman and says that his special friend left him a card. This lets us know that the Riddler is either directly or indirectly targeting Batman with these crimes. Around the room, it looks like there are news clippings of Carmine Falcone, played by John Turturro. They seem to have words written over them as well, all having to do with lies or lying. Gordon hands Batman a greeting card that, once opened, states on one side, "Let's play a game," and has glyphs under it. On the other side, it looks like there's another riddle, but all I could make out were the words, "Does liar when dead?" We then get a badass reveal of the full Batman suit, which looks military and functional, but still frightening. Then we cut to what looks like a press conference outside the same home from earlier in the trailer, which means the person killed was probably involved with the local government. We then get a shot of the Batcave, which looks like the most realistic Batcave I think we have ever got to see. It looks like he is working off a laptop docked to a couple of screens. I really enjoyed this because this means that me and Batman have the same setup. We also hear Andy Serkis as Alfred saying that Batman is becoming quite a celebrity. We then cut to a car driving into a church during a funeral. The car is covered in letters, and I could make out DOA or Dead on Arrival on the back windshield. A man gets out of the car that is strapped to a bomb, a cell phone, and has a note addressed to Batman. We then get our first glimpse of Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle. Matt Reeves admitted that the version we see in this movie is more Selena Kyle as a master thief and not yet the Catwoman supervillain. It looks like she's breaking into a safe in an old building, and I would not be surprised if this building was owned by Bruce Wayne, since we see Batman later on in the trailer fight her in the same room. Next, we get a shot of what looks like the Gotham City docks and a probable mob meetup, which gives us our first look of Colin Farrell as Oswald Cobblepot. Much like with Selena Kyle, Oswald has not yet reached the status of the Penguin and is said to not be fond of the moniker. Then we get a bunch of quick flashes of action over Paul Dano saying the riddle, "If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price of your blind eye?" This is a reference to Lady Justice, which is a statue that is blinded to represent impartiality, so it's obvious that the Riddler does not think Batman or perhaps the Gotham City Police are impartial. The shots we get include Batman at the GCPD getting held back by Jim Gordon, Batman at that same funeral and a bomb going off, and the fight between Selena Kyle and Batman. Another big moment of the trailer is when we see what looks like fans of the Joker facing off with Batman, and Batman just beating the crap out of one of them and then saying, "I'm vengeance." I love this shot because, one, it should dispel the belief by fans that Pattinson couldn't be tough, and two, it just felt like I was playing Arkham Asylum again. Like, literally my thumb started moving. I wonder if these are disciples of Arthur Fleck's Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix. We also got a shot of the new Batmobile, which looks like a nice cross between a real muscle car and a Tim Burton designed Batmobile. We also get to hear Colin Farrell say, "This guy is crazy," presumably while being chased by Batman. The final shot is Bruce Wayne in the Batcave and someone telling him that he is part of this too. He asks how he is a part of it, and the voice says, "You'll see." I love this trailer. I thought it perfectly balanced giving enough away without giving away the entire story. It establishes that this is not another Batman origin story, since if he can freely walk a crime scene, he is obviously working with the GCPD. There is a series on HBO Max being developed around this universe's Gotham City Police Department, so I'm sure there will be a good amount of setup for that in this film. I think that from the clues dropped, we can assume while there are many Batman villains set to be in this film, the Riddler is the main big bad. This version looks completely different from any we have seen on screen and looks to take some inspiration from Jigsaw from the Saw horror film series. I think this is brilliant, as the one defining characteristic of the Riddler is that he always gives his victims a chance or a riddle to solve, which would save them, much like Jigsaw would do in his movies. It looks like the Riddler is targeting white-collar crime, and he may see that Batman is a hypocrite if Batman has been taking down street-level criminals while not targeting the criminals of high society. I think this perfectly plays up to the Court of Owls storyline, and in fact, if you freeze the frame, you will see the card that Batman opens up has an owl on the cover. If you are not familiar, the Court of Owls is a relatively new addition to Batman lore and was created during the New 52 era of DC Comics around 10 years ago. Honestly, Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder have written some amazing Batman stories these past 10 years, and if you have not read them, you should. But basically, the Court of Owls is like the League of Assassins, but in a way, it is almost the inverse of them as well. The League of Assassins are a clan of deadly ninjas that have been trained over years and can strike at any moment, and they are ruled by the Demon's Head, otherwise known as Ra's al Ghul. The Court of Owls do not have a leader. They are instead a ruling council of Gotham City's old money elite, but do not even show their faces to the other members of the group, but instead wear owl masks. They do not have a squad of ninjas on call, but instead use one man, known as the Talon. The Talon is a Winter Soldier-style character that is genetically engineered, who is brainwashed into servitude and is frozen when not in use. So a Talon could be a man that is 60 to 100 years old, but still be in peak physical condition. In fact, it is revealed in the comics that former Robin Dick Grayson is supposed to be a Talon, but eventually rejects the moniker. The Court of Owls also has connections to the Wayne family, but Bruce is not aware of them until he's almost killed by a Talon. I think that this is where the movie universe is going to take us, and I believe that the first movie will be about the Riddler discovering the Court of Owls and their connection to the Gotham City government and tying them to Batman and possibly Bruce Wayne. I also think this would be an amazing way to introduce Robin in the next movie. Just like we don't need to see Thomas and Martha Wayne shot down in Crime Alley again, we don't need to see Robin's parents die in a trapeze act. I believe that with all the villains set up in this movie, the next movie will be about the Court of Owls and one villain specifically, the Talon, who will turn out to be Dick Grayson. This would, of course, be similar to the Winter Soldier storyline, but it would be much more fulfilling than the usual version of Robin that we get. I think I can cast him right now, too, with Aidan Gallagher from the Umbrella Academy. Yeah, all the Umbrella Academy fans watching this just got the feels, because if you watch that show, you know that this actor would be a perfect choice for a young Dick Grayson. Well, that was all I saw in the trailer, but if you see something, let me know what I missed in the comments below. My special announcement is that starting in a few weeks, I will be counting down the top 10 Batman villains on screen and releasing those videos weekly until I reach number 1. Once I reach number 1, I will be giving away a Batman Funko Pop design based on the original Batman design from 1939. All you have to do is be subscribed to this channel and like and comment on at least one of the videos. Remember, the more videos you like and comment on, the more chances you'll have to win. Thanks for joining me this time for this special edition. I hope you loved the trailer, and I will see you next time on What Did I Miss?